Hello. How are you? You're right. You're right, lacquer people. I love you, lacquer people. Those are people made of lacquer, but yeah, you get it. You're like existing. Um, I arrived early today. Monday mornings I always feel, oh well, I've had a massive sleep. Now the weekend's pretty much been asleep. I'll be fine. I'll just go. And oh, it's fucking hot, man. Well, it's not. It's fucking cold. But I don't like to jump. And I said, I decided, as I came in early, I was like, oh, you know what, no one's in. I don't like unlocking the yard because, well, I'm afraid I get bugged. Despite being here late today, but that's irrelevant. And I went and I brought a newspaper. I brought the Daily Telegraph because I quite like the big papers and I quite like using them in collage and painting. And paper mache, everything. It's brilliant, and it's mostly text, and it's just a lot nicer to read. It's quite a nice layout. It's a big, solid paper. Always quite nice. A little bit too right wing for me, but I can deal with it. And I thought before I hear about in what directions we're hemorrhaging money this week, which, funnily enough, according to this not newspaper, comic book. Effectively like the Beano, just a lot funnier. And it's quite nice to know for a while that people who were always quite slow in school just managed to get a job as a journalist. The Sun. Oh, fucking people on industrial estates all around reading The Sun with their brew of tea, barely doing any work whilst flashing their bum crack at anyone they see. And, yes. On the front cover, I'm glad to see that End Obs. Oh, he's a fucking genius. You know, words, he makes them his bitch. And Talisa and Phaser split. I'm sure people care. Which is on the fucking front cover. And then there's football, but I can't hate on people for watching football. But this caught my attention. I was like, oh, okay, well, let's see what current events are going on in the Sun. So current events which aren't really happening and are grossly exaggerated to the point of it just being completely fucking vile. Like, it's just, this is hemorrhaging bullshit, whereas we're hemorrhaging money, and they're earning money from hemorrhaging this bullshit, you know? The Sun says, this is the article, and this is the little column. Where's my lighter gone? Fucking bastard! It's raising my blood pressure, and so's this, but this is actually better. I'll do that again in a second. The article is called Right to Fight. I find that quite funny because it's the Sun. What has the Sun ever fought for apart from... No, it's not. It's barely been anything. It's just a load of fucking bollocks. Just reports anything on anything with gore, blood, dogs, cats, naked women, and various things in between. Right to fight. This paragraph starts off skimming over a very small bit. It's not relevant. The PM goes to Strasbourg this week to demand the European Court of Human Rights gets its arrogant nose out of British affairs. And I was sort of perplexed and confused by this. Maybe they've got one up here, you know? It's more like, I'm not sure. I can see how a nose can be arrogant first. And I'm not sure that they are arrogant. I mean, yeah, they go around with their fucking arrogant noses in the air. And I don't think that Peter would fucking phrase anything like that, because it just doesn't sound right. Demand the European Court of Human Rights gets its arrogant... It's going to demand it gets it out. Right. I don't know, I would have thought that would be more tell, but okay. And then skimming over another little bit, it's more to do with, like, not really what they're talking about. They're talking about bollocks. It's Al-Qaeda and shit, and talking about sending over to America. And I can understand that in human rights, because if we send them over to America, we know full well they could get fucking killed. That's the only reason why we do it, and it's to get off our hands, and I don't agree with that at all. I believe they should go to prison. But and then Strasbourg judges have also ordered Britain to let prisoners have the vote. I'm not entirely sure they should have the vote because, well, if that's going to be... They're saying that is a breach of their human rights. And be that as it may, I think far more of a breach of their human rights is the fact that they're in a fucking room. Like, I don't know whether the vote is going to help them out here. I mean, what can the PM do for me? Well, you're in a fucking room and you're locked up for years. Like, you're not getting out. Why would you need to vote? You have no use for this. And then they go on to say, this isn't a quote, and they make it sound as if it is, and it's vile, and I don't like the PM, but I don't like people putting words in his mouth. It just makes it so much worse, you know? Just fucking adding aggravation. The court constantly puts the rights of foreign criminals above the rights of decent British citizens. The Sun backs Mr. Cameron on this 100%. Let's see what's wrong with that. Constantly puts the rights of foreign criminals of that are decent British citizens. I'm not entirely sure that's what they set out to do, and I'm pretty sure it's not what they're trying to do. And it makes it sound like it's premeditated. And also makes it sound as if David Cameron said that, but it's not in fucking quotation because I know for all his law abiding that they can't do that because it's fucking vile. They can't say that the fucking Prime Minister has said this complete toxic shit. And it bums me out. It just fucking bums me right out. There's people getting paid to write this shit. This shit that they could have been in a fucking dark room with a crayon, not being able to construct sentences properly, which is probably effectively what exactly happened. And I don't... Right to fight. We have a right to fight this. Okay, well, bearing in mind how it's not this fucking... Like, we don't need to take orders from them. We make our own laws. We're our own fucking country. I don't understand why it's even fucking relevant. If we want to say, oh, keep your nose out of our affairs, we should be like, no, you know what, we're not going to pass that, but we're still going to work with you, because, well, you have done good for us in the past. And I do quite like the idea of having human rights activists going around all fucking court. Like, it helps, and it's more organised, and it's better. But, of course, in this fucking massively overly PC fucking country, we're gonna be worrying about shit like this. And whether it was them or us, it's gonna fucking happen. No doubt there are people here who believe that we should give prisoners the vote. But having prisoners the vote, I don't get what they do with it. I mean, and also talked previously in a different article, which is them recapping 2 pages afterwards. Because it's obviously a lesser known journalist who hasn't broken through this big barrier of the Sun, so he can write the complete toxic and absolutely ridiculously venomous bullshit that they fucking do on a day-to-day basis. Right beside a picture of a woman who, in this, is quoting Wordsworth whilst having her top off. What a classy way of complete respect, you know? And what I quite like is that the picture, like her fucking chest on this picture, is bigger than her opinion on the picture. And her opinion is mostly a quote from someone else. Wordsworth, fucking a person which I doubt was the journalist on this fucking paper, know who he is. And I find it absolutely fucking stupid. Like, it's literally a piece of shit, and I got it to cheer me up because I knew full well I'd be having this massive fucking drag, man. Like, I haven't read like another newspaper, but that fucking cheered me up far more to know full well that there's people who have talent in this world and are actually going to fucking do something about it, you know? But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe just the entertainment value of reading these people not being able to write, using monosyllabic words to just explain shit all. What? Offer us a fucking solution then, if you're such an all-knowing paper. Oh, I back up the Prime Minister 100%. Then it goes on to talk about fucking votes. I don't understand why you should be using certain times, like being completely corrupted, and just being like, you know what, this person slipped up today. It's a perfect time for me to get those votes, you know? No, fuck off. There's no fucking way, man. And No, that really upset me. Yeah, sorry. So you've had a drunken video, you've had many a video of me being completely and utterly inaudible, and I don't know if this one's going to be any better. I'm pretty far away. Got my little tripod set up, not quite right. I've got music in the background as well, which doesn't help. Look, there's a rabbit. And yeah, I digress. I digress. Peace.